omayi so se mampani biwa ade na ni beku ho Ghana yakwan a atete apansama wiwi sa mwako ne edu eno ne ade a obema nani eku ho pa abusua wani afoforo pinu a ene akekese ne se kase a bia wo bia na no pay ye bana ye de ababe somwo me de ede na ya bo amali bia bogabusua fo ye nya bre na finsam no ye nkomo ankasa emfa emamo ye de mo hyase ede efrim rasbe gefiem na emrasbe dwani a owo mrasbe gefiem a de se wo kan kwe central abaton pesua so honorable Patrick Yaboma ode atugya se sawi no a mo be ka hye ne nso emre bi Ghana mrasbe gyafo kokoje tumum se free na ko ebetima donu dudum ama manfo de bia ye nro ni ade a wo mo agi tumu wie ya kwabrane bi tabiriye ede court enam so ma Ghana ye court bata Supreme Court ehye se oh my God ye nya gold nya wayere ye nya bibia ye hunu ye ho ano se de wi ene ye ba bedua donu dudum se de kwa akoye duro mo dwene ho a wo mo entiase mo my Ghana court bata Supreme Court mpenfo ehye se samra no ne fa bi ho no mo a oso omo ekutwetwa mu kra ne asa komraspe gefiem ama mraspe gyafo na ya tenetene a wase wono mo eye eno na honorable Patrick Yaboma o kasade afa ho we ne se wi no so mbaji atum ama obi di bia dijuma o se eye obi a wode eye aduro ne mum enye obi a wode be se boys ne girls no.
Several issues including monitoring among others that we guided by. Mr. Speaker, especially the historical aspect of the marijuana, which started reference to Nyaminiba, the case. What I remember of it is the distinction between ignorance of fact and ignorance of law. Though ignorance of law is not a defense in that case, because all along they have used it and didn't know, as a matter of fact, what it was a defense. Mr. Speaker, let me emphasize that this is not a regulation for the cultivation of wheat.
Abuzia wa yesoafa Ghana ye fisembambo honsensemo hweso yera Ambrose Dairy na yetene nkan ntebra rasojafo no kokukuru asemi ba ya honorable Patrick Yaboma ekasa ye no na interior minister so sabre no wo mrasojafie mu no mo wo yese ade no wo so okirem ama manfo etiase se enye se bia ye ba be makwan ama manfo adowi no no mo de ase boys no ne girls no nemum eyenro ena womo ede eba beye ene boysi womu tirinwi a eya na chese yi kels ne jerry bebrebe eye nku a pinu a womo ede wi nom ene ade ene ye na buzianfo na no si ya ena NDC mraswe geni obo mraswe gefie ma desia ewo adakula baton pesia so onobo Kwame Agboja governance ede esoso so no kra de wadwene ho wonte ase sasem we kra ne mpanyinsam wonti bi dagana na anu ya yakwa konya lithium ye ko ho ye wo gold ye wo oyire ye wo timber entontom nyina Nyankopon de bia ma yen hunu yen ho ano ene de wi ene yesi ye kwakodo honorable governance Kwame Agboja.
Mr. Speaker, I think the way we speak about this is a bit problematic. Mr. Speaker, I heard colleagues make reference to even Zimbabwe. Mr. Speaker, just last month, let me remind them, the Herald of Zimbabwe, my colleague Dapameko just talked about how efficient and protected the system is. The Herald of Zimbabwe said, last year, only 2,500 tons of wheat or the product was exported legally. Over 300,000 tons was exported illegally. Where is the control you are talking about there?
Abuzia for ye NDC mraswe geni owo mraswe gefie this year wo eye adaklu abato empesua so no governance Kwame Agboja na yetene nka no yento eye ensam no so yemfom nko eye abato komisade mpedimfo atra ye no mode isusie bi akwakoto mpedimfo enim se be ya wo mo anyintum ma wunum na se ye kwakoto aba abanka broso a ye hyase anopa no nso abroso na nka wia be no miensa de na nka ye de abato na akwawieye ama abato komisa na krachefo no omatima kenkan abane ye no mo atwerotwero ne wo so mo twerotwero ama manfo so timedi ho adanse na nkoye se osum kwa akoduru wonum ama baabi anka ne anie no wahwe ya no waya ne naninya no kwa akotwerotwero ne ma ensem fata we eye nsusu ya abato komisa no mpenimfo de akwakoto mpenimfo nim so mo hwe no mo anyintum fo emfama wunum se beyo na afia ye kwa akorem na bato no ye beto no omatima twe de afri eye nonum no de ababesi be no miensa na kese trade na yato abana wia sa bre na wia no da so gina so a ewe ya no so wani nyese de kra no a ye kenkane a wani betie mu bie ni wadi ho adanse na akrachefo no so betwerotwero no omatimi enya nkane papa de atwerotwero ma me Germansa ene na pamfo achichirim ne ntia omufi se yentwe emfamfiri nonum emfa emra no miensa.
As was the case in the our policy of reducing the total threshold in each of the polling stations to 500 voters and below. In 2020, 70% of our polling centers had the total threshold of 500 and below. This time we intend to ensure that all our polling centers have a threshold of 500 voters and below. In the same day, we will increase the number of our polling stations nationwide. We believe that this will go a long way to reduce the long queues, which characterize our elections down to 2020 and allow the smooth, seamless, hassle-free voting process. In 2020, the two voters no more than 5 minutes to cast their vote due to the introduction of this policy. Based on our 2020 experience and also feedback from several observer groups, we propose to close the polls briefly. Our experience in 2020 revealed that by last year, 70% of our polling stations were empty of votes, as most voters are casting their votes.
Abzanfo weye ayema mejin mensa oba penny a woda Ghana abato komesa na no na nsusu ya wode akwakoto mpenimfo nim no se beya enke anwene ho ne yanyintum na abano ede kokosi no num no yentwe emfambra no miensa na ono no ne mfifi mu kakra o ma yekra kire se yeto aba ebo eye donko hono mo ekono a anopa no na kyese kukuru ni akwakodi lie na yato afri hono mo afri be donko hono mo kono na kyese wetere sam emu akwakọ nipa no twetwe mako nti de besi be no miensa ebeboa mampani da John Dramani mama eto na proposo ewo eye omayimo building Ghana tono ogusua ediginam na busuanfo de atoga se sodonfo ye na dom ama Ghana fo asaso adantu media mane bio amana ba be mampani ade a obeye pa Ghana kwanya atetia pansema wiwi sa mako ne edu a mampani na nado danko akufo ne MPP aban e de yebeye year of rose a ye hu ne yakwa kusibia mampani da John Dramani mahama
mebeye mampani na mede Cocoa Roads project ebai nti bebi edua cocoa bia ye de mo akwan ma contracts obi nim se na adwuma no ekoso aban foforo ba ya yese obi an ja na adwuma nto ho na ye behwem ye suspect se kada na bi wo contract no afi ahe eno mujae ya hwebo yenchi obia yehu hwe enso akwan no omogya ato ho contractors say ye dwuma no yentua omuka ento omo so omode mu fidie ko enso nanan mu kama akoma entum yem afi bia yesi year of roads inso a yehu every year so year of roads were here 0. Afi ko Ghana fa na nyina akwan ni nyina sei nyanka yempo afi bia ye routine maintenance ni apache potholes ye ja potholes no be 5 years ni afi potholes abeda ni manholes a chese wo hu amna ba ko e wo kwa mu a ahwe ya o ka be sei enti eno so asama ye behwe dress
Abzanfo we ya mampani da John Dramani mahama yetwa so na Ghana Statistical Service impeding for the ababetu ya say November bosumi ya ye wumi inflation no ati aba fompa ababejina ye ohamunchi chemodu no ensia echiripo enan 26.4% November yi ya ye de kogu ye ya na Professor Samuel Kwabena enim echire se nanka yenim se enenambe 35.2% mu honomo ewo October bosumi no niema bo se ne yesi kosoro na eba fomofa na so November bosumi ya ye de book of wa ye de ababe red December mu no niema tete aba fompa ma se de ejina be 26.4% ya bronya no kra na ani da kwan se niema ebetete ede aba fom Professor Samuel Kwabena enim.
November 2023, the consumer price index stood at 198.2 relative to 156.8 that was recorded for the same time in November 2022. Consumer price index for the month of November 2023 stood at 198.2 relative to 156.8. Given these two indices for November 2022 and November 2023, year-on-year inflation for the month of November 2023 stood at 26.4. Year-on-year inflation for the month of November 2023 stood at 26.4%. This 26.4% signifies an 8.8 percentage point drop relative to the rate of inflation that was recorded for October 2023. In October 2023,
I was on phone to a penny quanche for the Ghana Statistical Service and a Professor Samuel Kwabena enim ne yetene nkano na ebeto dwasa aban eden tutuefo furo bi abase free neko aban ya asabia hodo ni nyina amanfo betuatua wonum echese wo light bills no ne ade nyina no aya asabia no na betuatua wonum ade a enkobase bi aban na eba betua light bill demia te se konfonochi aban ya asabia na asabia kolebu aban ya asabia na aban na ekwakutuatua light bill de ama wonum and am some medical superintendent ya owo efiam kwanta hospital Dr. Joseph Tambell ede atuga se enya wonum nyina ene betimi ayesa de no ohwe mfidi egu honom ene nansen light bill toto a isi jimpeni fo atutu mu ne ade a se koba ne se ye jabo wonum bo so o ma na nchechi o mo light bill a ebedu ba bi o mu ntimi ntua nto ya no doctor fo gira ne so a o mo eye no pre han na ebi ankane na ekwa akodumu abra hospital ne enye sika enfomo enkutu o mo light bill nto o mu susu se ebe ya ban san hihye we no o mo enwene ho mienu na omo enhwe ne mienu pa na wanhwe ya na ekwako ha ayaresa ene ayarehwe ho nsensem.
This particular is not new. It surfaces every now and then. The first time we heard of it was in 2012 when there was a directive from cabinet hospitals to pay all utilities. No, it wasn't just for electricity, but all utilities on our own. At that time, I was part of the leadership of the medical superintendent. We engaged the Ministry of Health and other key stakeholders, and no hospital was disconnected.
Abzafo we openi kwancherefo a wono ena eda efian kwanta ban ya sabia no Dr. Joseph Tambell ena yetene kan yetwa so mampeni na nado dan kwakufu ado agina tumi a Ghana Mamra Constitution dia mano so emenei wabo yewra John Boadua enwe bi etwam no yetwetwofo peni de ma osono kokoko MPP amanyuku no se ene wono ena enkoye peni kwancherefo beda state interest and government authority siga ano na yewra John Boadu ansa na obekọ no makwa di se adwuma yi na openi Edward Boating na ewo honomo a jese na ukutam ehwe state interest and government authority anona sesei na dwuma okokoye no woko retirement ya woko ahomegim eno enenam so mama mpeni na nado dan kwakufu ado enam ne secretary so de krata ababonten se owura John Boadu na wonko na onkonkusi na nemo ewo sa atene honomo mpedifo be ka hye ne so a ene lawyer Justin Kodua Frimpong na okutu yewura John Boadu a na oye twetwofo penedima MPP amanyuku no ne free honomo ba no agya orei obono sesenti ne ba bi din na nre ya ebetu dwase mampeni na nado dan kwakufu ado ahwehwe nkrata mu a ehun so peni Edward Boating kwa kwagina home na okọ retirement dia ona mne twetwofo peni so na santi bedi etu so de krata ababonten se yewura John Boadu wonso mu na onkonkohwe saa atenaye no so se chief executive officer abza for yen to aso ne mfa monko otimantem no mo entete abato Sompa FM nsem twefa prono so kire se mentemu ase bi asore e okro bi e frɛ ne se ahamanso junction a e wo otimantem no mo ne nyina eye cocoa board yese wo mo tax force fo binom ene ni pa binom a wo mo ekwa akotonto wo no mo cocoa e de amankrofo bi o mo susu se wo mo enye Ghana fo na o mo ni tumi krata so o mo eye adwuma toto cocoa e wo mayi mo eno na mentemu ase ne koba ye no abusafo itu kasa ya se ene mo kasa yi nipa miensa de wo mo edabre mo akwakoye den se ene mo kasa yi St Teresa's Hospital e wo papase ene yesesa wo no mo akwakogu and am so man samtwefo bopini Dr. Penia owaye asabia honomo Dr. David Amankwa Kodua ene ne kodi nkomo busa ne se wo mo etu kasa wo mu yi wo mo ehon te se pa.
Yesterday around 11:30 a.m. we received 3 patients that were rushed to our emergency as case of suspected gunshots from the Amansu Junction. When they came, they were ill, so the emergency team started stabilizing the patient. As at now, they are stable. One of them, who is around 36 years, received a gunshot wound to the right lower limb, and after investigating further, the platelet there which confirmed that indeed it was a gunshot wound. Then he has a fracture as well of the tibia, which as at now we are making arrangement to refer to Whole Teaching Hospital.
Observant way a Dr. Penia Wohesa a prafui any attaining cano. Na yera fifi boa for so a when man said in Komama Kuku board at Nayano, one so a church in Semuse de Trey.
Purchases from the entire these 2 regions among you with this illegal activity that is being undertaken by such persons at the border. And the Almasu Junction is one area identified as a key exit point by the smugglers. So they've been there. The information is that for some time now there have been some provocations from some youth who are involved in this activity, and what they've been doing is to get a reaction from the task force who they react to. I've tried as much as possible not to engage them. Yesterday, the information is that these persons, they saw one who had sacks of cocoa cross the border, so they followed him and arrested the person. So immediately the arrest was made. There were about 20 young men who they describe as hooligans, holding machetes and stakes, seeking to attack the task force. So they had the intervention of the police coming in. And the other
Observe your Rafifi boa for Nehenia man said in Komama Kuku board at Nayano and na church in Simo a day Echrayano. Yadamo Kongu Messiamo. Na ebeto Jasa Church for be we crowd the headmasters here or more Edda ye senior high school Sahudu Nibinum. Yeso ama fan trekes and Efrakadam Kwebiso Aqua Jijim Kwadani Sika na Amfa Eye Emra Kwanso. Observe for enam so Eman penny for the crata beto Jasa Munina and for Majuman to one more na in Fifimua Esefata Inkum Efasa. So bonwa na batan bi de bobo no so mo do mo ma ba suku e no mo yo madwene so mbagye wo musika ensem frase wo no mo agie na busuafo e ba sa no e ne mo no tuasa manfo si wo ma no pa e bi kika bi de kire headmaster si e ne headmistress ya wo mo ewo e senior high school sahodo no emu na entity a Sompa FM nsem twefo ababeto apono so no pay e kire se Nyankopon ya adoma na watwi nko na wie ye de na sa headmasters be dubako 11 wa ebeto dwase wo makwa akogigiska mama no twa se free education no so man pedi na nado dan kwaku fado e de atudwa se hwe na head teacher bia anya na dwene se wo kwa akogigiska e de afiri akoda bi ho ni ohia ene nsuohie onya dware wie na otam ne twobos ne trunk de besi school ho no mo a teacher ni no uni bibia ka ne gede fama no na sichire fama no na eja onsua na de na ne yese teacher fo bia ye o madwene so mbagiska me bi kura no e koje bola fees nyina wo chiman fi yeso o mogigi bi firi nkoda yi ho ene nam so ma o de krata ba se o mo enfo madwuma ento no mo ene Kumasi girls headmistress na ne din ewum Asanteman senior high school headmaster na ne din ewum Kumasi senior high technical school KSTS o mo headmaster na ne din wum Manso Adubia senior high school headmaster na ne din ewum chese no mo ye be dubako na ntete ne chese mpedifo akohia nra e man komo pia akokomu a sisi o mayo madwene se na watwi enko na wie de na say teacher for no mo catch no so mo form adwuma enti wonom no na wo mo ma wo mo asaso akọ wo mo adwuma so ebiu ene ye say Charles fo bam Nati fo bam na grate chese mperimfo pinu a ena abamu a eno nti omone mperimfo adi nkoma mantiase aye adwuma ye hye bo bosa asemi ye ne edi akire de be fa to bia no